I think we're live. Are we live now? What's happened here?
Yeah, you're live.
What hasn't come up saying it?
Yeah, you are live. I can see.
Oh, there we go. Right. Oh, no. Now what have I done? Right. Hello, welcome to Does This Football Standing, gentlemen. An extraordinary night here. I just want to say apologies about all the locomotion, should I say. Why have we got two streams up at the same time? Have we got two streams up at the same time? What's happening?
Oh, let me check. I don't think you do.
Then why is it coming up with a review on it and the normal thing?
Oh, so one of them is just a scheduled event, and the other one is actually.
Oh, right, there we go. Live. No, right, we're actually live now. Right. Sorry, guys. Live and Does the Football Stand. Welcome. You have just joined. Thanks for joining the stream. Mr. Old Johnson from the North East of England today. United come away with a 3-0 comprehensive victory at Fulham. Welcome to Matthew Jones, who's joined. Please be aware, guys, I've never used this before, so it's a bit of a new setup. But we're trying to improve the channel's caliber, should I say. United come away a good result, should I say. 2 goals from Paul Pogba goal from a tight angle as well. He hit that hard past the goalkeeper. And then Martial, a bit late on in the first half, with a solo goal from the halfway line, takes on 2 defenders, goes straight past them, and then coolly slots it past the keeper. Then Pogba with a routine in the second half to complete the job. Today we are joined by a special guest who I want to say thanks very much for your help so far. Because he's the one who's helped me getting through this, because I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. But it is Kevin from Red Dog Wrigley.
Thanks for having me, Daryl, once again. Really appreciate it. And no problem at all. Yeah,
cheers. Welcome if you have joined. You will not be in the top 4 for long till Chelsea beat City. You never know. Football's a funny game. Let me just get this right. But yeah, we obviously talked Fulham. Fulham at the minute really struggling in the league, 19th in the league. Burnley, who drew 2-2 against us, at the minute are on high-flying form. I mean, they've just trying to move this. They're on high-flying form at the minute. They're now up to 15. They're now up into, I think, the 14, 13, something like that. But first, we're going to talk about the game. For me, man of the match for me had to be Paul Pogba. I thought he showed his masterclass again. Another good game from him. And it just shows what him and Martial can do under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, comparing to what they did under Jose Mourinho. Now, whether that was because of the relationship with Jose Mourinho was absolutely crap, or whether it's just they couldn't be bothered to play for him. But you see what they do now. They're scoring goals for fun. They're putting in good performances. And this helps United going forward. But I think my overall thought of the game was it was inevitable that we were going to win. I didn't think it would be that comprehensive, as I thought it would be a bit tighter than that. Fulham had a couple of chances, didn't take them. United totally ran away with it. Better team on the night and better team overall in quality. I'm just going to get something up on here. Of course, with fourth in the league at the minute, we don't know if we're going to be 4th come tomorrow night after Chelsea have played Man City. But Kieran, 3-0 win at Fulham. You must be very happy with that.
Well, I mean, it's hard not to be happy, mate. It's hard not to be happy. I mean, 10 wins, 11 games unbeaten for Solskjaer. Just an amazing record this season. And yeah, I think I definitely agree with you. And when you said that you were expecting it to be a lot tighter, I was definitely expecting Fulham to put up a lot more resistance than they did. Mitrovic for me was going to be the danger man, but I thought Chris Smalling actually had a brilliant game today and really nullified his threat, gave him no time on the ball, and did fantastically well in that defence. And that was testament to the fact we got the clean sheet as well. But yeah, I think wise we're very, very clinical in front of goal. Of course, Pogba with a lovely finish for his first goal, and he really was my man of the match today. Ran the middle of the park, and he's producing these performances, and he needs to continue these sort of performances. Especially going into the really congested and difficult period of games we've got in February. We've got PSG on Tuesday, then Chelsea on the weekend. So we'll need Pogba and other players like that to step up and play to the best of their abilities and really make it, just play to the world-class standard that we know they can play to. Unfortunately, Pogba hasn't been doing that as of late. So, I'm hoping that we can see that. And, of course, I just thought as well, Martial, his second goal. Brilliant from Anthony Martial. Now, for me, I am a bit critical of Martial at times, especially for the way he attacks. I think he should be a bit more dynamic with the way he makes his runs forward. He should be a lot more kind of direct when he runs. But that second goal summed up exactly what I want to see Martial doing week in, week out. And it was a brilliant finish from him, running at the defenders, causing problems. And in the second half, Fulham continued to offer nothing, and we continued to make chances. And we got the penalty. Paul Pogba stuck it away. Not much else you can say really about that. But Paul Pogba once again, 11 goals in all competitions, his best goal-scoring tally since he joined Manchester United. Top four. Everything's looking up Millhouse for us. We're finally in the top four for the first time since the start of the season. What else can you say, Dal? What else can you say? I'm absolutely buzzing with that.
Yeah, definitely. I can understand that. Yeah, definitely. 11 goals in competition. Best goal scoring tally. Don't know whether that was down to me, that noise. I'm not sure what that was. Apologies about that Asian game. By the way, thank you very much for joining if you have joined. Glenn Matthews said whoever should have got man of the match. Without whoever, Pogba isn't free. I agree. I think whoever is an important player for us, he plays an important role in assisting Paul Pogba. I'm not too certain what the formation was he played. I'm assuming he played the 4-2-3-1. Was that the formation that Solskjaer played?
I think it was. I think it was a 4-2-3-1 kind of 4-3-3 formation. Yeah.
Got you on. Didn't have you on there. Yeah. So that was the formation I wanted to see. I think whoever plays an important role for Pogba. Yeah, definitely agree with what you said, Demi. Whoever did put in a man-of-the-match performance, but I thought Pogba or Martial would be mine. I thought they both had, I'd say, the better of the game than Andrew Herrera. I mean, what were your thoughts on Andrew Herrera?
Well, I thought he was brilliant today. I definitely agree with Glenn Matthews. I think actually Herrera was brilliant in the midfield, and I think he definitely plays a really underrated role. He's very, very good at breaking up the play and almost being in the right position at the right times. And then when he gets the ball, he's quick. He makes decisions quick about where he's going to pass it, and his passing is usually very, very accurate. And he's just a brilliant player to have in that midfield. Someone who's really, really good, gives you stability in that midfield as well. And I agree, he definitely allows players like Pogba to express themselves and go forward more and do what they're natural, which is creating and scoring goals. So I think Herrera does provide a very, very useful role in that midfield. And without him, we have looked poor this season. If we take the Burnley game, for example, we didn't have Herrera in that game. We did look very, very poor in midfield. So I think Herrera definitely is a key. And all I would say is we need to get that man signed up to a contract as soon as possible.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you there, mate. Time to get rid of Lukaku. Well, I've wanted Lukaku gone since he first arrived. He's awful. I'd say it's just about as I don't know if don't want to offend Dave, but I think he's just as good as Gonzalo Higuain, really. If you talk about his Milan days. However, 10 out of 10 cover, snatch and destroy man the match as well, he says. Fair enough. Ipswich are going to win. Good luck. Because I, sad to say to you, very much doubt it. But who knows, actually? Who knows when it's a derby? Anything can happen. My overall thought again, I felt it was a professional performance from us. We definitely went into the game with a lot of pride. 11 games unbeaten, 10 wins. No wonder, absolutely no wonder that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer won the Manager of the Premier League month award. Something like that. I've said that wrong. Premier League. That's what I was trying to say. No surprises there. I mean, you can't think. I mean, I couldn't name another manager who went on an 11-game streak without losing. It's unbelievable at the minute. And this is what you'd call, I wouldn't class this as a fourth place record. I would class this as a record that you'd put when you're top of the table. I mean, an 11-game unbeaten streak is like a title contender. I can't get the words out. That's worthy of winning the title, but we aren't good enough to win the title. Can you see us winning the Premier League title, like possibly next season or in the next couple of years?
Oh, well, I'd love to think so. And I think, the way we're playing right now, if we continue to play that way throughout a whole entire season, which is a different challenge altogether, because Solskjaer's done a superb job, don't get me wrong, in coming in mid-season and, not only steadying the ship, but accelerating the ship forward and progressing a lot of the players that we saw regress under Jose Mourinho. But I think to do it for a whole season would be a mammoth task. And I think, we are capable of it. I think it won't just take us to have this, playing the way we are right now, but it will take, investment in the summer, no doubt about it. I think we need, someone in the defensive department and potentially another winger as well. So, again, it's not going to be as easy as just kind of turning up next season with the same players and doing the same thing. We will need investment, but there's no reason why not. I mean, as you said, to win 10 games and be on an 11-game unbeaten streak is definitely a title-winning form. I think if we were going to do a form table right now, I think Man United, since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came in, would be top of the table. So, it's brilliant form, and if we were to show that form throughout the whole season, then there's no doubt we would win the Premier League. But again, it's a whole different ball game if we're looking at Solskjaer doing that for like the whole of a season. It's a whole different ball game. But there's no reason why not. I'm optimistic about it.
A lot of people, I agree with you. I mean, I would like us to win the league, but at the same time, you have to think of the players that we would probably bring in. Hold on a second. You have to think of the players we'd probably bring in. And knowing our board at the minute, if we don't bring in a sporting director, we're going to sign nobody and we're going to get nowhere. But, it's going to be mainly down to, like, if we're going to get anything, like, trophy-wise this season or even next, well, probably might not even this season, but if he's still here and we're going to try and get something next season, we're going to have to bring in more players and not bring in one or two that we've been used to the last couple of times. Obviously, the transfer window didn't go very well for us either, which that put a bit of a downfall on us. But it doesn't really seem to have made much difference, really. Was it Dulot? I was going to ask you something now, just going to the comments. Whedon will go down to Bolton. Who knows? Bit early to tell, really. Martial is better than Hazard. Oh, well, that's telling something. Beswick, thanks for joining the stream. Says we'd be better bounce back tomorrow. Oh, yeah, you drew 3-0 with Palmer, didn't you? At home. We need Ndombele, please. Ndombele. That's an interesting one. United doesn't have a title-winning team. that I'm sadly, I agree with that one. To be honest with you, although with the way we've been playing the minute, you'd think that we could probably win titles and stuff, but not this season, definitely. Can't remember which club he plays for.
I think it's Leon, isn't it?
Leon plays for Leon.
Yeah.
Tanguy Ndombele. Glenn Matthews has said that we need Ndombele, but would he make any difference with the squad that we have at the minute?
Sorry. I didn't know you were asking me. But no, I mean, on Ndombele, yeah, sorry about that. On Ndombele, I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen too much of him. I know he definitely is. I mean, he's kind of like an N'Golo Kante in a way, very, very similar player. And I think our midfield at the moment is very, very good. I think, though, definitely in terms of a young potential replacement for someone like an Nemanja Matic, I think he'd be a good option to look at. But to be honest with you, I haven't seen too much of him. But I have heard his name being bandied around a lot, especially by the tabloid press. So make of that what you will. But yeah, I think Ndombele potentially could be a good signing for us. Although in terms of transfers that we should be making or need to make, I'm not sure really if the midfield is what we should be looking to strengthen at this moment in time. But maybe down the line, you never know.
Yep, absolutely. He says Ndombele for Matic. Be an interesting switch. Hold on, I haven't even got myself on the camera. Would be an interesting switch. He's faster than Matic, but Matic is one of those guys who we could do with. I mean, you can't beat having a CDM. He might be a bit slow, but he can do the job, can't he? Glenn's also said Phil Jones would have been world class in 1956. Fair point. Yeah, talking of Phil Jones, and I can't believe I'm actually saying this on the live stream. Phil Jones been given a 5-year contract. And I'll tell you what, this is news that United fans did not want to hear. For me, Phil Jones is about as much use as a wet fart. I don't really like Jones. He's slow. He's crap. He doesn't do much good for us anyway. So, what's the point of making him get five-year contract? However, you said that Phil Jones and Smalling both played well as a defensive partnership. However, I'll be honest with you, I still prefer Lindelof and Bailey.
Well, for me, I think I still prefer Lindelof and Bailly as well. I think, yeah, I still prefer Lindelof and Bailly definitely, but I just think that you got to give Smalling and Jones credit today. I thought they handled Mitrovic really, really well. But yeah, I think Bailly and Lindelof going forward will be our best partnership. I think they'll be the two that play against PSG. Bailly today came on basically as a time waste sub when really we didn't really need to time waste anyway, but he came on as a bit of a time waste sub. But yeah, I think the fact that Lindelof and Bailly were rested today, I think tells you what you need to know with which centre-back pairing will be playing against PSG. And I think Eric Bailly and Victor Lindelof is the partnership that a lot of United fans have been waiting to see, really. So I think I'm looking forward to seeing if they'll be able to fulfil their expectations in terms of their partnership. So let's see. I mean, I think they are up to the partnership, but only time will tell.
Yep. You're just sat there nodding. I'm drinking Lucas. That's a fair point. I think, yeah, definitely. I do think I prefer Bailly and Lindelof. I think they have the best partnership defensively at United. For me, I know Phil Jones had a very good game today, but I just don't think he works as a partnership with any of them. Bailey Jones doesn't work. You got one good, one crap player. Lindelof and Jones sometimes works. Smalling and Jones partnership obviously worked today because they both played decent. And I never thought I'd say that. Glenn Matthews has put Jones needs Google Maps to find his positions. Lol. 5-year contract. This means he'll be United till 2024. Plus, I think there's an option to extend it further. Not really great news for me, I'll be honest with you. Because, as I said, Jones isn't that useful. I think Mike's shown it today. Today was the best game I've ever seen him play. And that's obviously, he never plays well. But, be honest with you, I think, that 5-year contract, obviously, showed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that Jones is, is capable of playing in the first team. Yeah, Glenn, I'll get onto that in a minute. But Jones getting a 5-year contract, is it the right decision? For me, definitely not. Because I don't think he works well in any defensive partnership, as I said. So, I mean, we should have given that 5-year contract to someone else. And everyone was, dooming the club and saying the club's doomed and stuff when he signed that new contract. And we were all celebrating when Martial signed a new contract and it was for the same length of time. And it's funny, isn't it? But did Phil Jones deserve to get a 5-year contract, and do you think there's a certain reason behind it?
I don't know. I mean, look, I think a lot of people did react very, very badly to the news that Phil Jones got a new contract. I mean, for me, I don't think it's the end of the world. Even though his contract's a 5-year deal, I don't see him being at the club more than 5 years or even 5 years in the future. I think Phil Jones, the way it's going at the moment, especially with the likes of Lindelof and Bailly coming through, I think Jones will be moved on probably within 2 or 3 years. So I don't think he will honour the length of his contract anyway. So I don't think there's that much cause to worry about. And even if he's just a squad player, I don't think he's a squad player really. A lot of people say he's Deadwood, and I think he definitely is starting to get towards that category. But I don't see it as a major issue. Because I don't see Phil Jones actually being excited for 5 more years. I think he's probably got about 2 more seasons left maximum before we bring in somebody else. And even then, in the summer, there's talks that we could bring in somebody else anyway. So, look, I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a deal, really. Phil Jones, I don't really think – I can't really say that he's really deserved the new contract. He's had some good games, had quite a few bad games as well. So, on balance, I don't think he probably deserved it. But, what can you do? Solskjaer evidently trusts Jones. He's come out and said good things about him. So, as fans, we're going to have to back him. And, as a Man United player, you have to back them. And hopefully he can do well and hopefully he can, grow into a better player. But as I said, I don't think he's going to stay for the whole 5 years in his deal. I reckon he's probably got about 2 years left, tops.
Fair enough. For me, I would probably say that lucky to get through the next year because at the minute he's struggling. He's struggling at the minute. I mean, he showed that if Valencia scored a flaming own goal, pretty comical one, but at the same time, what does he do? What does he do in the actual games, in the important games he plays? Like if he played against Liverpool, we'd get tonked. So, I mean, what does he do? He doesn't do anything really, does he? So I think it was the wrong decision giving him a 5-year contract. And, I agree. He won't stay for that long. You'll probably only get 1 or 2 years out of it for me. I think he'll be lucky to get out the first. Welcome to Football Fan Fever and Tactical Show. Ollie's at the wheel. Absolutely agree. Next game we're going to talk about. Next thing we're talking about upcoming games. We have a couple. Of tough games coming up. Just quickly, I want to put Glenn Matthews put Phil Jones on more money than Christian Eriksen.
Can't believe that. That is ridiculous. Oh.
Money grabbers for you, isn't it? He mainly just plays for the money, probably. That's probably why he plays. Never gonna be a United legend. Anyways, the next couple of games aren't going to be easy. PSG on Wednesday night. Before anyone asks, there's no watch along because I'm going to be out rehearsing that night. So I've not been to rehearsal for the past 2 weeks. So I need to catch up. PSG on Wednesday night. That's going to be a tough one in Champions League. Then followed by Chelsea away in the Cup the following Monday. And then we have Liverpool at home. 3 humongous games that we need to get results out of. I think this will see the possibly. I think one of those games will see the end of our unbeaten streak. And I think it's probably going to be Chelsea. It's probably going to be Chelsea or Liverpool. PSG, I think we have a good chance because Neymar and Cavani are both injured. That's 2 of their main players who are injured. So hopefully we can do something there. But if you haven't really done so, guys, please do drop a like. Very much appreciated. And also go and subscribe to Kieran. I've just realised your link's not in the description. Will be in a minute. I haven't put your link in there, and it will be in a minute, though. But the next couple of games are vital for us. And what do you think we'll do in these next 3 games?
Well, I think we're just going to have to approach these games as we approached the previous 11 games under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It was evident that in today's game, he rested a lot of the players. Rashford was rested, Lingard, Lindelof, and we'll see all these players start. I've got no doubt about that. But yeah, we just have to go into these games with the same sort of attitude we have for the previous 11 games under Solskjaer, and play with freedom, play with no fear. I think is the key, because I think in previous seasons we would have come up against PSG, we would have had a bit of fear in our eyes, and probably would have sat back a bit. But this team is showing no signs of letting up and no fear, so we have to go into this game with the exact same thing. And also with the Chelsea and Liverpool games, I do agree with you that I think out of the three next big games that we've got, I think Chelsea away is going to be the potential banana skin, because we have a horrific record against Chelsea, not only in cup competitions, but also just in general. Going away to Stamford Bridge has been a horrible place for us over the years. So I think that will definitely be the hardest game. If Solskjaer does come out of these next 3 games without losing, it'd be a monumental achievement in itself, and just more insight into the potential of Solskjaer becoming the permanent manager. And I think, the more we see Solskjaer tested, the better. And definitely in February, we're going to see us play PSG twice, obviously, Chelsea and Liverpool as well. It's going to be it's a bumper month, and definitely a month which will define the season, and define whether Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will be made permanent manager. But yeah, I think we just have to approach these big games with no fear, go in with the same sort of plan and strategy. Obviously, we will be making separate plans for the likes of Hazard and Liverpool's good players as well, because you have to do that. You have to also be tactically aware whilst also having no fear. So I'm sure Solskjaer will be working on stuff with Mike Phelan and the rest of the backroom staff. But yeah, the way we're playing at the moment, I have absolutely no fear, and I have all the faith that we can get 9 points out of these next 3 games.
Fair enough. Let me just sort something out here. What's it doing? Couple of technical issues, guys. Hold on a sec. Get rid of that. Right, there we go. Right, there we go. We're starting now. Yeah, I agree. These are games that we can win. We should go in with a lot of confidence, especially with the way we've been playing. They are going to be tough. They're going to be very tough. PSG, I think we'll win that. I fancy our chances against it. However, Chelsea could be a backs to the wall game, especially with it being the FA Cup against the holders. It's the repeat of last year's final, last season's final. obviously ended in the Chelsea 1-0 win. Eden Hazard penalty. But I think if Hazard hadn't scored that penalty, Chelsea would have lost. So I think we can go in with a lot of confidence. Last time we played it, we we drew 2-2. So, I think we could nick something out of Chelsea, but I do think at the same time we could get something, but I think it could be a backs to the wall game at the same time. Liverpool at home. Liverpool at home, you'd expect Liverpool to win because they're top of the league. But we could do Man City a favour by beating them. And I think we probably will with the one that we're on in a minute. No offence to Logan Beaton. But I think we could beat them, but it would be a very tough and hard-fought win if we can. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to win the Champions League. Good luck. I don't think that'll happen, being honest with you. Unless something happens. But we'd probably play Real Madrid in the final if we got there and get pumped.
If we got to the final, it would be a massive achievement anyway, to be fair.
Well, to get to the semis is probably an achievement.
Yeah.
Poole looks strong with Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum scored a good goal today. Scored an absolute I saw the highlights and it was a ball through. Latches onto the ball and he just lobs it over the keeper. It's an absolutely fantastic goal. By the way, that's what Yash says, by the way. Yash, thanks for joining the stream. Glyn says, big rumour coming in regards to Sanchez going to the MLS. Is that true, or I don't know much about that? Sanchez go. One thing I was surprised with some of the players in the lineup. With my predicted lineup when I was on the United Fan Focus yesterday was the Hearing goal, Luke Shaw, Eric Bailey, Lindelof, and Ashley Young. And I got 3 of those wrong immediately when I saw Smalling Jones as the defensive partnership and Delors starting, which I thought it was good for Delors to get some game time. And this was one of those games where he could get some game time because we weren't against a big team. I think he's only going to play in the games when we're like against teams that are bottom of the league. So he's going to be one of those players. He's probably going to be one of those sporadic first team players. For me, Cavani also injured for PSG. Yeah, that's good news as well. We mentioned that. And then I went across the 2 midfielders were right, Matic and Herrera. Pogba centre attacking mid, Martial. I'm surprised Jesse Lingard didn't start. Mata and Lukaku started. I thought that was pretty risky because, I was very surprised by that lineup. There was a couple of players that I completely missed out. Mata, I don't think, has had a very good. He hasn't been very good under Solskjaer. Lukaku hasn't been good all season. Delors, he's capable of playing, but he's not getting his game time at United, and it doesn't matter what man it is, he's not getting his game time. So it's nice for him to get a game today. And I felt Smalling and Jones was very surprising. What were your thoughts when you looked at the lineup?
To be honest with you, I had very similar thoughts to you, Daryl. I thought, when I looked at the lineup, I saw Smalling and Jones starting together. I was worried. I was definitely worried, but they pulled out of the bag. Mata as well, I was a bit sceptical about. I think I do agree with you. He hadn't had the best of seasons, especially under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He hasn't really added much to the team. And I think we play a lot better when we have much more dynamic, pacey front three with Rashford and Lingard instead of Mata on that right-hand side. I think, as I said, he's much better in Pogba's more free role. But of course, we're never going to take Paul Pogba out of that. There's no way we're going to do that. So look, ultimately, I was obviously when Mata was on the team sheet, I was a bit skeptical. I did think, are we taking it? Obviously Mata's going to have game time at some point. But I still think that it's not. Mata's probably not the best option we've got. And I think, Solskjaer said he was going to rest players. And I think it's shown that, he prefers someone like Lingard over Mata, the fact that we are resting players and Mata is kind of being rotated a bit more rather than being a starter. And I think Mata has got a lot to offer us. I think skillfully he's very, very good. He's probably one of the best technically on the ball. But as a winger, I'm not convinced whatsoever by Mata, to be honest with you. But yeah, those were really the only ones that surprised me. Obviously, we all knew that Lukaku was going to be starting up front, especially after Solskjaer was going to make changes. And Lukaku, unfortunately, again, isn't having the best of seasons. And a lot of United fans are on his back at the moment for his lack of movement. And there definitely is a stark difference between Rashford and Lukaku in the way that Rashford's much more attacking, much more dynamic going forward, making the runs in behind, and he gets a lot more chances because of that. Lukaku's a much more kind of stationary, kind of likes the ball into his feet. When he does get the ball into his feet, he's very good at holding it up. But I think a lot of United fans would like to see him more push in behind. So, yeah, I mean, look, when I saw the lineup, I was a bit skeptical, but you know what? We got the job done in the end, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah. Mata, hold on. Mata for me has not had a good season. Neither has Lukaku. The echo is terrible. There's no echo, is there? Mata for me has not had a good season. Neither has Lukaku. The echo is terrible. There's no echo, is there? What echo? Probably because I had the sound turned up. That's probably why. I don't know. Lukaku and Sanchez are finished out there, blood. Sanchez is not getting his game time either. I think he's one of the other players that's going out the door. I'd rather see Martial than Sanchez, to be honest with you. Lukaku's not had a good season. Matt's not had a good season. Dalot not getting his game time. Kieran's voice is echoey. Is it?
I've kind of been hearing like a bit of an echo in my ears, but I mean, I'm not sure why that is, to be honest with you.
I don't actually know then. Technology these days. Well, yeah, I think Sanchez is finished. Sanchez is gone. He's going to go. Oh, he better go because I don't want him in this club. What happened there? Know about it, yes. Oh, right. Don't know what else we can talk about. I think we spoke about pretty much everything we need to. Or why did it come up as music on the thing? It was supposed to be. Is anything else coming on the live chat? Disgusting performance. Disgusting show by Southampton fans with playing gesture. I don't know anything about this. Did you get a PC? No, I'm on one of my parents. I'm on my parents' PC. Minute. I don't think there's anything else we can talk about. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, I think brought up the main points. To be honest with you, just happy to be back in the top four, and hopefully, this race is hotting up, and hopefully we can be on the right side of it and not losing out on that top four spot. We're in a very good position as it stands, and hopefully Man City can do the job on Chelsea tomorrow. But yeah, very, very busy and big week coming up for us with PSG and Chelsea, and then Liverpool the next week as well. So really looking forward to it. A lot to look forward to, but whilst Ollie's at the wheel, nothing can go wrong.
Yep, there you go. You've heard it from the man himself. What do you think about City v Chelsea? Well, we could do with City winning. Aguero could do it. Cavani's injured. So we've already talked about that, haven't we? I think PSG will struggle without Cavani and Neymar, so we have a good chance against them. I think that's pretty much it. I don't think there's anything else I really need to talk about. Apart from we're in the top four, it's happy days. 3 good results for me today. But we're getting a draw, which Same time was a bit of a sucker punch. United getting a win and Bayern getting a win as well. 3 days. Tough game for Tottenham with Leicester. Well, I think Leicester will lose that. There you go. You've heard it. That's going to be the end of today's stream. Kieran, thanks so much for coming on. United back in the top 4 and now back in the race now for a Champions League spot. We'll have to wait and see how City v Chelsea goes. If Chelsea win, they'll go back to 4th. If they lose, then we are 4th for the week till the Premier League returns next week. Not next week, till I think we play Liverpool, which I believe is the next Premier League game for us. So it's going to be interesting times. It's going to be a tough couple of weeks. We need to go out there against PSG and show why we are Champions League. We're one of the favourites in Champions League. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer have made it 11 games unbeaten now. 10 wins under him. It can't go any better than this. Kieran, any final things you want to say?
As I said, I just you summed it up perfectly. Nothing else can be better right now. It's the sun's shining. Everything's just coming up Millhouse, and I'm loving it. And hopefully against PSG, Chelsea, and Liverpool, we can do the job. Get 3 more wins on the bounce, and really looking forward to these big games. And I love football, Daryl. I love football again. But yeah, that's all I've got to say.
Yep, absolutely. Just one final thing. Yash has put Glaciers were there. Hope Ollie impressed them. Well, he obviously must have done. Otherwise, well, who knows? I think Ollie had impressed him anyway because he doesn't let them down. He's very capable, and onwards and upwards, United's go. Hopefully we can beat PSG. It's going to be a tough one. Preview for that is going to be out possibly Monday night. I'm not too certain, no. But that is going to be end for tonight's stream. Thank you all very much for joining. It has been a bit of an iffy stream, I'll be honest with you. Mainly because I've never used Hangers before, so I'm trying to get used to it. But now I've used it once, I'll be able to get used to it. Wiley, the Xbox Beast has just joined. Sorry, mate, I'm just ending the stream there, but you can always watch it back. Then put something and then retracted it. But that's from the end. Thank you all for joining the stream. All the best. And Kieran, thanks for coming on. We'll catch up with you all later on.